Did I go live? Okay. I'm live. Can you do it already? Yeah, it's distracting. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Lucky it's all gone. He was louder than us both. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'll give you guys a minute to join me. I'm not gonna be on here long. I got stuff to do, but I did want to come and say hello and get my consistency game tight. Because I missed you guys last week. I was at an amazing conference in the ATL TSP game plan, the TSP mastermind community. So we had an amazing time in Atlanta, catching gems from people like Beyonce's daddy and some of our mastermind alums and mastermind current 7-figure earners, 8-figure earners. It was amazing, amazing, amazing. So come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm only going to be on here a short period of time because you hear me, I'm sick. I came back sick. But so I am Tracy L. Tate. I am the CEO of TLJ Professional Services, where we are about all things financial. We offer bookkeeping, accounting, taxes, um, tax planning. Okay. To help you reduce your tax liability, both individual and business, mostly business that we work with. I bring you over 35 years experience in bookkeeping, accounting, and tax preparation. I have a master's in business, a master's in accounting, as well as a master's in public administration. I am sick. Today is the deadline, and that's our topic for today. Today is the forms deadline. If you had contractors in your business, today is the day to get them 1099s out, okay? They are required to mail by today. W-2s. If you had employees in your business, today is the deadline. You need to get those forms out. You have until midnight uh, to have them postmarked. I have never seen where the IRS penalize you for one day. I haven't. Not to say that they won't, because they are on a fee collecting frenzy, especially with all the money that they gave away in the pandemic. Say hello, hello when you join. I love interaction, but I just want to come on and remind you, especially small business owners, if you paid anybody for a service, not for products, but for services rendered, accountants, attorneys, hello, hello, um, gardeners, marketing people, right? Repair and maintenance people, anybody that provided a service to you, you need to get their 1099s out by today. A lot of companies, especially larger companies, and if you're an employee, you should get your W-2s by now, right? But if you are a contractor or you hired contractors to perform services in your business, you need to get those Form 1099s out today. Today is the deadline. And that's to allow them time to get their taxes prepared. Okay. If you did, you're supposed to, or best practice is to collect the W-9 anytime that you hire somebody to do a service for you. Okay, because then you'll have to scramble around at tax time, like now, right, to get their tax information. And some businesses or people, it's business because they have to be a business, would not get a 1099 if they are a corporation, S corp to be specific. Just because you're an LLC, I had somebody tell me this. Oh, they're an LLC business, they don't get a 1099. That is not what negates you from being receiving a 1099. You have to be a corporation or S corp to negate getting a 1099. Okay. So, with that being said, you're an LLC, if you are sole prop, you will receive a 1099. Now, with the new laws implemented, remember Stripe, PayPal, Cash App, all of those vendors will send you a 1099K. They too had today to get these forms out. Okay. A lot of companies will have a platform like if you have a login to anything, your tax forms are there, whether it's a mortgage company, whether it's your bank, and you get an interest form, all of these things. If you have online activity that you access, then you can also get your tax forms there as well. Okay. Otherwise, we, because that's my deadline today too. I need to get the 1099s out for all my clients, right? Um, and then if anybody is supposed to give me one, which they're not supposed to, because I am a corporation. Um, However, if they were to issue me one, they need to get it out today. So, whether you're an employee, you should receive W-2s in the mail. They should be postmarked today. It is postmarked, right? Not received by today, but postmarked, meaning get them to your post office. And if you take them to the main hub center, like your collective center in your area, then you normally have until midnight. Your regular post office, you do not have until midnight. It's the hub where the big trucks go and come and pick up and all that stuff, transportation area. That will you have until midnight. Okay, so if anybody provided you a service, again, these are people like your graphics designers, um, your contractors, if you outsourced work, things like that, people have performed a service for you, then you need to issue them a 1099. This is the government's way or IRS's way of knowing who received income and who should be filing taxes, right? This is a way for them to kind of double check what people put on their tax returns. So, sole props, a lot of times people like to play with their numbers, right? With their revenues and so forth. The people who issued payments to you is who report to the IRS about money they paid you, and you're the contractor, right? So always, always, always recognize your revenues. If you receive cash, it's considered under the table. But as a business owner, you want to get out that mindset of being a hustler. So you want to recognize your revenues and offset it against your expenses. You've heard me say before, I don't mind paying taxes. I just want to pay my taxes, not your taxes, they taxes, his taxes, right? Um, because taxes is what allow the world to exist, to go round, right? The fire departments, the hospitals, the police departments, all of these things, right? That's how the world go round. So yes, I want to pay taxes. I just don't want to overpay taxes, right? And I don't want to pay other people taxes. I want everybody to pay their fair share. So you need to report your revenues because anybody that paid you money would have probably reported their payments to you to the IRS. And that's the IRS's way of double checking your numbers when you submit your tax returns. Okay. So, I did say I'm making this quick because I'm not feeling well. I'm sick, but I have 1099 to get out by midnight. So, I'm still working on those because I didn't have all the W-9s, right? So, as a business owner, always, always, always get a W-9 from anybody that you pay. You don't want to wait till tax time to get that. You want to get it before you even issue payment, actually. So, as soon as you contract with them or sign an agreement, you want that to include a W-9 because that will let you know right then and there whether or not they are exempt from receiving a 1099 or not. Okay, and then you're not scrabbling to get their tax information, their tax identity information on the deadline today. Okay. So, again, I am Tracy L. Tate. I am the CEO of TLJ Professional Services, where we are about all things financial. And this has been a Tax Tip Tuesday. I am putting a link in the chat. Um, Book a free consultation for tax prep. Um, we do tax prep services, business and individuals. So I put the link there, but get your 1099s out today. Okay. People are waiting for their forms as well so that they can prepare their taxes because smaller companies, especially sole props and stuff like that, contractors, they do not and will not keep track of their revenues. So, they're just getting the money and doing the work, right? So your 1099 actually tells them what they earned for the year. Um, and then they can offset against that revenue any expenses that they had out of pocket from being a small business owner as well. So get your 1099s out. If you have employees, your W 2 should have already gone out. Platforms like Gusto automatically sends your W 2s and 1099s if you're on their platform. QuickBooks does not automatically do it. QuickBooks will, however, send your 1099s or e-file your 1099s and electronically send them to your clients, or will mail them to your clients for a fee, of course. Um, so you could have them do it as well. It's not too late. Go ahead and process. So you're using any kind of software, the software that you issue payments from probably offer 1099 processing. So you can look at them to offer you that service as well. So this is Tracy L. Tate. I am the CEO of TLJ Professional Services. We do offer bookkeeping, accounting, taxes, as well as tax planning services and other business services. Um, we bring you over 35 years experience. We are accepting new clients. We accept new clients all year long. This is the tax season, and now is the time to get your taxes prepared. One thing I do want to mention is that do not be afraid of the IRS. Okay, they just want you to pay your fair share of taxes, like I was talking about earlier. And if you haven't filed taxes in a couple of years, go ahead and take advantage of this free consultation, because the tax laws change from year to year. You don't really know if you owe or if you have a refund. And what I've seen from experience of getting clients that haven't filed for several years, one year they may owe, but the next year they may have a refund because of the tax law changes. And then, like I had mentioned last week on the Tax Tip Tuesday, the week before last, because I was in Atlanta last week. Um, a lot of I done forgot my thought. Um, I forgot my thought. See, that's what happens when you're sick. But in any case, get your forms done. Get your taxes ready to file. If you have multiple years taxes that you haven't filed, we can get them filed for you. You may not owe, because one year you may have owed, the next year it offset because of tax law change. Oh, that's what I was saying. The last Tax Tip Tuesday, I mentioned that the pandemic credits and all that stuff that we had before in these last 2 years, that's gone for 2022. So I know clients are already talking about the refunds are much smaller. Yes, they would be smaller because they were inflated due to the pandemic. The pandemic is considered over, even though, yes, you can still catch COVID, right? The pandemic is over. So all of those credits, the additional or inflated credits that they had, that ship has sailed, and those are gone. Okay, so we're back to reality. Let's get your taxes caught up if you haven't filed taxes in a while. Um, and we do free consultation, so take advantage. It's in the link. It's my Calendly link, or you can go directly to our website, tljprofessionalservices.com, and do book appointment. Otherwise, take advantage of the link. This is a free consultation. We do take clients all year, and we welcome you with open arms. So this has been Tax Tip Tuesday. Get your forms out if you are a small business owner. Otherwise, your forms are in the mail as of today. One other thing I would mention, if you are a shareholder, your forms are not in the mail yet. Because if you are a shareholder of a company, your K-1 will not be mailed or sent until the company tax returns are prepared. And in some cases, they wait until the last minute, which would be March 15th. So if you're like me that have shares in other companies, I don't even rush to prepare my return because I still have to wait for those shareholder K-1s, which doesn't come until March. So um, just start getting your documents together. Do a folder like I mentioned before on some lives. But today is the day, the deadline to get your tax forms out, your 1099s, your 1099 miscellaneous, your 1099 NEC, your W-2s, all of those things. If you issue payments out to a service provider, somebody that provided service to you, you need to get those 1099s out today. Otherwise, if you have employees, their W-2s are due as well. So have a blessed week, and I will see you next week on Tax Tip Tuesday. Many blessings.